He had a chokehold on every middle school girls back in 2014. He has millions and millions of followers across multiple different social media platforms. He won several Teen Choice Awards and People Choice Awards. He had a Netflix reality show and a Netflix movie. And he has released multiple songs. Who am I talking about? So bonjour, hi, my loves. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine. So in today's episode, I've decided to talk about no other, the one and only Cameron Dallas. So before filming this episode, I was wondering, where is Cameron Dallas? Really out of nowhere. He just popped up in my brain after like 10 years, no joke. And I was like, where is he? And while I was doing my research, I was really surprised of how much little information there is about him right now, like where he is. He even deleted like all of his YouTube videos. Like, that's a crime. Anyways, so while I did this realization that he completely vanished, I was like, you know what? I will make a video. I will talk about Cameron Dallas and put some respect on his name, because I know that some of y'all who are watching whether don't know where he is or have no idea who is Cameron Dallas. So before talking about where is he now, let's give you a little backstory. Cameron Alexander Dallas, born on September 8th, 1994 in California, USA, which is already the second celebrity that I know that's born on September 8th. The first being the one and only, my friend, Lily. Hey Lily! Anyways, he grew up in Chino, California, with his family. Cameron was primarily raised by his mother, Gina, and he has also an older sister named Sierra. So, am I delusional to say that he is the first social media teenage heartthrob? And why I make emphasis on the keyword social media, because I was thinking about it. I was like, actually, I think the first is Justin Bieber, but because Justin Bieber is an artist and a singer, he's technically the first singer teenage heartthrob, I guess. But Cameron Dallas is the first social media teenage heartthrob. So in case some of y'all are hating, I put some emphasis to make the distinction between these two. Me saying big words after one sentence, I'm like, woo. Anyways, Dallas began his career in September 2012, posting vines of himself playing jokes and pranks on his friends and family. So if, again, someone's watching and wonders, what is Vine? I feel so old. So Vine, it used to be like a little bit like TikTok, where it was a social media platform where it was primarily video content, where people could post 6 seconds max. Yes, you heard that correctly. 6 seconds max videos on Vine. And Cameron was in the comedy genre. So that was back then a big deal. Like, Vine overall was, like, Vine back then was as big as TikTok. What? Does this make sense? Yeah, back then Vine was pretty big. Like, a lot of people came out of Vine. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, David Dobrik, Lily Pons. Who else? I've named you 4. And Cameron, of course. So 5. Shawn Mendes. Did he I'm pretty sure he did. Anyways. Dallas had 8.1 million followers on Vine. 8.1 million followers on Vine. Making him the 11th most followed account. He also had 11.3 followers on Twitter and over 20 million followers on Instagram. Can you realize, do you realize how much of a big deal these numbers are today, but were even bigger back then? And even more for like a social media person? Like, that's insane. I just want to like make sure that you understand how much Cameron Dallas was a phenomenon back then. Like, it's rare for like social media influencers to have these numbers, even today. But imagine back then when social media was still like seen as like weird for like influencers to post there, content creators to post there. People were like kind of bullying them and like look down on them and stuff. And also it wasn't like as popularized across different age range. So it makes this whole Cameron Dallas phenomenon even like more crazy. In April 2014, Awesomeness TV CEO Brian Robbins announced that he was making a film starring Dallas. The film, titled Expelled, was the story of a prankster expelled from school. The death. And the movie was later released that year, on December 12, 2014. That movie was actually really fucking good. There was also the actress Leah Mary Johnson. Such a good movie. I should watch it back. Imagine I watch it back and it's the worst movie ever. In May 2015, Cameron Dallas starred in 2 episodes of the NBC thriller television series American Odyssey. I've never heard of that show. No shade again. Nobody's heard of my podcast, so who am I to judge? That same year, Dallas appeared in The Outfield with Nash Grier. Grier? I don't care. The Outfield was the movie. Remember the movie about like them like being baseball players? I've never cared to watch that movie. On April 20th, 2015, Dallas released his debut single, She Bad. It may have not reached the level of sales or streams required for platinum certification. And to have this platinum certification, you have to have at least 1 million units, which includes sales and streaming. So even though She Bad didn't go platinum, let me tell you that every middle school girl back then that I've known, they were streaming the song as fuck. And when I say every middle school girls, I mean me. I was, still am maybe, every middle school girls. This song was so good, and I just realized, I guess later on, 10 years after, Cameron was like, you know what? I'm embarrassed of that song. He took it off of all streaming platforms. Like, come on. But you can still listen to it on YouTube. Not from his channel, from someone who, like, downloaded the song, I guess, and posted on later. But come on, this song was, like, kind of cringy, kind of cheesy, but so good. It's like the Team 10 song by Jake Paul. What is it called? It's Everyday Bro with the Disney Channel flow. Something like that. But like, She Bad. Let me tell you a little bit. Let me sing a little bit of the lyrics. I cannot say it. Oh, yes, I can. Shake that. Work that. Move that. Yeah. She a good girl, but you know she bad though. 1 time, 2 time, she can. Oh yeah. Why did I say it like that? She a good girl, but you know she bad though. Shake that, work that, move that. Oh yeah. She a good girl, but you know she bad though. 1 time, 2 time, 3. She can. Oh yeah. Come on. Did that bring you flashbacks? I hope someone can relate to me saying that this song is kind of good. Kind of fucking good. I remember like in not freshman year. Freshman year? Yeah, freshman year, I was definitely listening to that song. He then had a Netflix reality series called Chasing Cameron. It premiered on December 27th, 2016. I'm embarrassing myself a lot on this video. And it's been what? Only 10 minutes? But I swear, when I watched Chasing Cameron back then, it was during Christmas break. I had nothing to do one day, and I watched it all in like one day. I binge watched Chasing Cameron. And I unironically posted on my Instagram story how much of a good show it was. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh my god. That's embarrassing. And I've watched it back for the purpose of this video. I was like, let me see if it was really a good show. It wasn't. I'm sorry, it wasn't. I guess that plays a lot when back then I had a huge crush on Cameron Dallas. Yeah. Anything that he would post on social media, I was like, yeah, he's so fucking great. He's the best. Oh my god, I want someone to say that to me. Anyways, Dallas then won Teen Choice Awards in 2014, 2015, and 2016, 3 years in a row, and a People Choice Award in 2017. So, Chasing Cameron, just to go back a little bit to it, was showing the little behind the scenes of MAGCON. What is MAGCON? MAGCON stands for Meet and Greet Convention. And it was the way back then to meet all of your favorite influencers. I'm laughing so much, sorry, I just have flashbacks. The now iconic Meet and Greet Convention first launched in 2013 and gave fans inside access to former Vine stars turned Hollywood elite, including Aaron Carpenter, Jack Johnson, Jack Jelinski, Cameron Dallas, Shawn Mendes. Some of y'all don't know that Shawn Mendes was a MAGCON boy. Nash Grier, and among others. So it was basically a group of teenage boys who became famous from Vine and were like, you know what, let's meet fans across United States. I think they even went like in Europe. I'm pretty sure of that. Damn. So it was a big thing. The original MAGCON boys were active from 2013 to 2014, and then they disbanded due to internal conflicts and members pursuing individual careers, aka Shawn Mendes. Shawn Mendes, ever since Stitches was released and became like a Billboard charts songs, he completely made sure that every single one and their mothers would forget that he was once a MAGCON boy. Why are you so ashamed, Shawn? Embrace where you're coming from. Embrace your beginnings, your humble beginnings. Well, it was pretty successful, so just your beginnings. Like, come on. Imagine me saying that. And probably MAGCON was like the worst thing ever, like TanaCon 2.0. I don't think so. I've made my research, but like, just in case, if it was like canceled for like really bad shit, I don't know. I'm as naive as a middle school girl. But no shame to middle school girls. So, not me being scared to be canceled by middle school girls. Sorry. Actually, really random. I'm gonna go for a tangent for like 30 seconds. But like, am I the only one who's absolutely like terrified? Not even scared. Terrified. Every time I'm alone in like a public place and there's around me like example, in the mall, and there's like next to me like a group of like teenagers. Oh my fucking, I would much more rather die. I would like, I feel like they're judging me. I feel like they're hating my outfit, my hair color, like any little random thing. I feel like they're hating on me. And it didn't help that once, and it's not that experience that made me traumatized. I was already traumatized before, but once I was at a McDonald's before I stopped. What's the word? Oh my god. Before I stopped going to McDonald's because I'm so dumb. Oh my fucking god. What's the word? I boycott. That's the thing. Oh my god. Before I boycotted, before all of the events, I went to McDonald's. It was during like when I worked at a retail store. There was a McDonald's next to us. So I went there because I didn't have my lunch. And there were two like middle school girls, maybe freshman years, were like literally looking at me, and they laughed so much, and they were like, pss, 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 and I was like, oh my fucking god, I'm gonna quit my job and never come to this place ever fucking again. Like, I'm never going back to this city ever fucking again. So yeah, that experience really didn't help from my fear of middle school and teenagers in general. Why was I saying that? Oh yeah, because I was scared of being cancelled from a middle school girl. But yeah, so yeah. Oh, I forgot. One of the members of MAGCON was Taylor Caniff. And you know what? I'm gonna give you my little thoughts and opinions on some of them. So Shawn Mendes, I was a Mendes Army, still am, a Mendes Army girl. So I knew I discovered Shawn Mendes like with something big, I feel it happening, oh, and I remember I was in middle school, and I was like, to my friend Ariane, hey Ariane, I was like, oh my god, do you know this guy, Shawn Mendes? And she was like, yeah, and like, it just like, we bonded over that. So yeah, Shawn Mendes from like, first few songs that he released. There's then Jack Johnson and Jack Jelinski. You know, Jack and Jack. Jack Jelinski is the one who dated Madison Beer. And oh my god, side note, again, another tangent. Did you know he dated on and off Madison Beer for like 3 or 4 years, okay? And Madison Beer used to have a friend, a best friend. Her Instagram user was like Banana Blue, yeah, something like that. And then she was best friend with this girl. And you know what happened? Jack Jelinski dates, still to this day, Madison Beer's ex-best friend. That is crazy. And not only he's dating her, Madison Beer's ex-best friend right now, they have a baby. A child. That's crazy. The girl code destroyed. That's not demure. That's anti-demure. That's undemure. Like, huh? What the hell? The amount of trust issues and therapy and amount that I have to spend in these therapy sessions to heal from that? That's crazy insane. There's then Matthew Espinosa, the blonde guy. I used to like him a little bit, only because he reminded me of my real life crush back then. I was about to say his name. Oh my god. He reminded me of my real crush back then, who also had blonde hair and brown eyes. And I was like, oh my god. Anyways, there's Nash Grier. I don't freaking get to know. You know what? Because from the start, I was kind of a Cameron Dallas girl, except from Sean. I was a Cameron Dallas girl. And Nash, I just didn't really care. But one day, I came across one of his YouTube videos that he made with JC Kalen and Cameron Dallas, where they were talking about like what guys look for in a girl. And let me tell you, the boys describe their ideal girl as someone who can be entertaining, spontaneous, and fun. Girls who can cook and who can make you a better you. Okay. Example, prove the boys themselves. I'm reading an article, by the way. They then criticize girls who they see as having no personalities and who are just waiting to marry rich husbands. That's not even really the problematic part. Well, let's start here. I forgot about that. JC Kalen criticized girls with fake tits, while Greer, I don't care, dislikes girls who are obnoxious and loud. Then the boys talk about physical appearance, favoring girls who are short and petite, with natural looks and really good smiles. They criticize girls who don't shave their facial and body hair, implying that peach fuzz and other types of natural hair on a woman is gross. I remember like it was yesterday when Nash Greer, whatever his name is, was literally screaming on the camera saying like, ew, girls who have arm hair are so disgusting. Then look at my fucking arm hair, Nash. Look and be disgusted. Because guys like you, I don't want them. I don't fucking want them. Like, that's crazy to say. And they think they were smart by deleting this video, because even if there wasn't an article about that, my brain remembers, okay? I do remember. And it's really ironic and funny how life was like, bet you don't like girls who don't shave, and then he later on dates and even marries a beautiful woman who I don't remember her name. Gabriella I don't know, who is like more on the natural, like she does whatever she wants with her body, and like if she doesn't want to shave her natural body hair, she doesn't, and if she does, she does. And when I was stalking them for this video, I looked and she would have like in some pictures like arm hair, and I was like, huh, Nash, huh, how funny is life sometimes. There's also Aaron Carpenter, who wanted also to like, honestly, his life story when I was watching Chasing Cameron was pretty sad, and he like lost a couple or like his I don't remember if it's his father or his father figure, but I think he lost him like soon before filming the reality show, so it was pretty sad. But other than that, I feel like he was pretty low key. Am I wrong? And from what I remember, he like tried a little bit of music, or like saying that he would like be in the studio, but never really release something. Maybe I'm completely wrong. But anyways, he is married now to a girl named Franklin, I think. And this girl is bestie with Selena Gomez. So I thought that was pretty funny how the world is small. There's then Taylor Caniff. For those who don't know who Taylor Caniff is, he's like if someone would tell me that Bryce Hall has for idol Taylor Caniff, I would completely believe it, because Taylor Caniff was what Bryce Hall is now. Let's be honest, Bryce Hall, I feel like he really calmed down ever since 2020, end of 2022, beginning of 2023. But like when he was deep in the hype house and stuff, he was the modern version of Taylor Caniff. As for what I remember of him, I remember he kind of has like anger issues, and like in Chasing Cameron, he was like, well, give me my per diem. which was so funny. And for those who don't know what per diem is, it's like the money that each members of MAGCON would receive for every day they would be at MAGCON. So he wasn't receiving his money that day, I think, or he would receive it later on that day. Anyways, so like during this whole episode, he was like, give me my per diem, give me my per diem. Honestly, I understand. When it comes to money, you say you'll give it to me at a certain hour. I should receive my money at the same certain hour. But sometimes, I think they were like in Europe. I don't know how banks function that in Europe, but maybe there were some technical issues. And he was like really stubborn about his per diem, which I can understand also. But also, I feel like he got cancelled-ish. I don't remember why, but I think he got cancelled. Allegedly. So even though going to MAGCON was on the bucket list of a lot of girls, me, let's say their parents weren't really happy about it. So the tickets, the passes, whatever, to go to MAGCON was really fucking expensive. And not only was it really fucking expensive, but you have to consider that these are not singers, except for Jack and Sean, but like, it's not like a whole show. It's just you're going to see some pretty white boys jump on a trampoline, answer some questions, and call it a day. So let's say it's a quite interesting definition of worth the money, because I would be pissed. Honestly. Maybe you can call me a mean future mother if I decide to have kids. But like, if my future daughter, there's like a MAGCON 2.0 with like new influencers and stuff, and she's like, please, can I go? And the ticket is like $300. I will say no. To just see like boys jumping on trampolines? Nah. Let's talk about Cameron Dallas' downfall. I said that with a smile. I am so sorry. So, with his fame that grew exponentially, there came opportunity and troubles. The Calvin Klein, oh my god, yes, he also like did Calvin Klein and Dolce & Gabbana model walks and photo shoots. Crazy. He ran off the law in 2015 for felony vandalism charges while trying to paint his room for a YouTube video. I think it was his whole apartment. I remember watching this YouTube video. He like, I don't know if it was a challenge, but he just straight up started to paint the apartment. And not like paint because he didn't like his feng shui wasn't connecting with the color walls of the kitchen. No. He like did it really messy and like throwing the bucket of paint and like making a lot of noise and stuff. So I think a neighbor called the police, and that's how he got caught. The charges were later dropped due to a lack of evidence from the prosecutor's side. That's crazy. I mean, look at the walls. I feel like the evidence is pretty clear. Anyways. So that was kind of like the first little bad boy moment of Cameron. So that didn't stop him from getting deals with Netflix. That happened before his Netflix show. Yet, that first incident wasn't isolated. It was just a warning signal of the greater fall to come. It wouldn't be his last encounter with the law. He would be arrested again nearly 3 years later for felony second-degree assault in Aspen, Colorado. Cameron took a plea deal where he pled guilty to disorderly conduct and was sentenced to 6 months of unsupervised probation and 20 hours of community service. Vandalism and assault were symptoms of a more pervasive disease controlling Dallas' life: addiction. He grappled with addiction to alcohol, sex, and drugs for years amid his social media fame, as well as depression. So I remember he when he got his mugshot, he famously like posted a picture of his mugshot, and he wrote as a caption something along the lines of like, sometimes we do bad things, and I was like, kind of going in the lines of like, he defended whether himself or someone that he loved. I'm pretty sure that was the tweet. Wait, let me go take a look. That's, if you're watching the video portion, I'm showing you the mugshot right now, and he's smiling on the mugshot. Was he like not sober? So he tweeted, oh, of course, there's no tweets. $50 bound? Oh, 15. 5,000? Damn. I mean, yeah, second degree assault makes sense. And $5,000 is nothing for someone like Cameron Dallas. Let's be fucking honest. I am not finding the tweet. Did he completely deleted it? Mugshot. Yeah. Arrested. Oh, that was pretty recent. In 3 years later, 2018. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes in life, you find yourself in a situation where you have to protect yourself and the people you care about. See? I don't lie. That's pretty literally what I said. Cameron Dallas later on said, in my addiction, I was such a dick to everyone. My managers and people, they all just left me. What am I gonna do? I couldn't put out my music. I couldn't do anything, which made me even more depressed. Famous people, when facing addiction, enter a rehab facility hoping they will exit a stronger person who successfully addresses their inner demons. Cameron followed the script. He lasted 17 days out of 30 days. As Cameron was going through all this, it was absolutely heartbreaking to watch. When you have someone you care about and love unconditionally, it's heartbreaking. I think it was a close one to Cameron who said that. It's heartbreaking to see him that way. It's heartbreaking to see him deal with it alone. When someone has an addiction and they aren't ready to help themselves, there's nothing you can do, even though we all tried and wanted to help him. He wouldn't come to terms that he had an issue. Seeing his struggles on social media first made things worse. He wasn't ready for rehab the first time he went. There are 3 times as a family where we would see him show up at our house, not himself. Eventually, things got really bad. That's when he came to us and said that he truly needed help. He still even struggled with that, but he extended his stay, which I really am proud of him. Once he was out of rehab, he also chose to take the IOP extension program, which was another 4 months outside of rehab where he lived. I thank God every day that he's happy, present, strong, and continues to push himself and his mental health first. And put his mental health first and takes one day at a time. That's his mother. She also concludes, I have my son back. He's amazing, and he's such a beautiful soul. I'm so proud of him for how far he's come. Old habits returned stronger, unfortunately, after he decided to check out early from his treatment program. It was not until the second time he was charged with a felony crime that he urgently realized he needed rehab again before crossing a point of no return. Cameron states, I lost everything. I needed to go back. The second time, I finished my 30 days and got a scholarship for 12 more days for free due to the program's generosity. I also continued with an intensive outpatient program, IOP, for 4 months combined with therapy to keep myself on the right track. Alcohol pales in taste compared to coffee when you're 3 years sober. Sierra, Cameron Dallas' sister. When Cameron was going through his struggle, it was heartbreaking to see the downfall of his sibling. It was more of the environment he was in rather than having an addiction, in my opinion. Constantly having eyes on you, being criticized and judged would take a toll on anyone. I saw it firsthand with not just my brother, but others too. I wouldn't wish fame on anyone. When you come across fame at a young age, you have everyone saying yes to you. He never really had the adulthood that everyone else has to figure things out on his own. He had millions of people watching his every move, achievements, and downfalls, which is not the norm, to say the least. Cameron is growing more into adulthood and he's figuring everything out and finding his true passion in life. Being a social media superstar will always be a part of his life, but sometimes your interest shifts. His biggest interest now is more on the business side of things, and it makes him happy. I can see it in his face and his personality. He is a true entrepreneur and always has been. While Dallas rehabilitated his personal life, his professional career lay in shambles. His reputation was in disarray, but the social media star was not a has-been yet. He still has plenty to offer to the world. That's from the journalist of this article. But honestly, when I first read this article, it was I was at the job, but anyways, I really got like emotional when I read like Sierra's, Cameron's sister, like take on his whole addiction, because I feel like we often hear the not opinion, but the thought of like a parent or like a partner, but at least for me, I've never really read the opinion of like a sibling towards their sibling's addiction. And because I am not a parent, because I've never had a partner in my life, but I have 3 younger brothers, so I know what it is to be a sister. So when she said that, and I read that, I was like, oh my god, I couldn't even imagine like one of my brothers going through that. Like, that must have been so fucking heartbreaking, and like kind of day by day, and you're like scared even for yourself of like, do I still have hope that he'll get better, or will he only get worse? Like, honestly, like, I can't even imagine it. So like, I don't want to get emotional. But yeah, really happy and proud that he was able to fight his addictions. So that leads us to the famous question, where is Cameron Dallas? So he is now, today, in 2024, one of the co-founders of Fanfics. Fanfics is an exclusive brand-friendly content platform empowering creators to do what they love while earning. We are the home of over 7 million fans and creators worldwide. So it's basically like a competitor to Patreon. So Patreon and OnlyFans. So he is one of the co-founders. So he's more focused, like the article said it previously, on the business side, and he's not really interested to be in front of the camera anymore and to be like, quote unquote, the main character on social media. At least it was a decision that he took himself to do, I guess, and not like a decision that he had to make out of consolations. He also released a musical project back in September 2020. I think, if I am correct, it was called Scarlet. I actually listened to it before filming this episode, because I was like, you know what? What if it's a really fucking great album? It's called Dear Scarlet. It has 13 songs for a total of 36 minutes. And I listened to it and I was pretty like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Like, I didn't really add a song, no shade again, to my playlist, only because I feel like the way that I consume music is through albums. Like, if today I wake up, like, for example, earlier today, I was at work and I was like feeling like listening to Red, Taylor's version. So I listened to that for like the whole, duration of the album. And later on, I was like, now I feel like I want to listen to Chappelle Roan, her latest album, the Midwest, the rise and fall of a Midwest princess, and I listened to the whole album, and that's how I consume music. I don't really have playlists with different songs from different artists. Like, that's not how I move. That's not how I listen. So to come back with Dear Scarlet by Cameron Dallas, it was pretty, like, because I consume music through albums, there were themes of, like, again, drugs and addiction and stuff, which is totally understandable because that's his story to say, but I feel like it was at a certain point repetitive. But let me tell you that more specifically on October 20th, 2018, he released a song called Why Haven't I Met You? And it's so fucking good. I swear I am not kidding. I listen to this song it's been a while. Well, I've listened to it like before filming, of course. But before that, it was a while before I listened to the song. And it's so good. Like, it's such a, like, smooth, vibey song. Like, that you listen to, like, when you're a little bit not nostalgic, when you're, like, I guess in love, but I've never felt love. So when you have a crush on someone, like, why haven't I met you? Ooh, 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 ooh. Anyways, it's such a good song. Really a good song, though. Like, She Bad, it's cheesy. It's kind of, like, non-ironically a good song. Like, if you listen to it not seriously, it's a good song. But Why Haven't I Met You, if you listen to it seriously, it's a good song. Like, wow. So that's basically where he is, Cameron, right now. Like I said in the beginning, it was really hard to find more information on him. But my little PR marketing ideas that I have, if he wants to do a comeback, and I totally respect that he, for his mental health, wants to stay outside of the social media world, at least being in the front camera. Totally respect that. But I've made a little prediction, and I know that it sounds kind of contradictory of what I've just said, but I think if Cameron Dallas really wants to, really deep in his guts wants to, he could have such a great singing career. Am I delusional? I don't know, but I really do believe he can. He was the main boy for several years for a reason on social media. Yes, for his physique, but also I feel like he could bring back... there's a space in pop music, in male pop music right now, that's missing ever since Justin kind of like took a step back from music, which is the like bad boy kind of like whole bad boy image singer. And the last time that Justin had this energy was like during his Purpose era. So like in 2015, 2016. So it's been quite a while. Yes, Justin released a couple projects after that, but it's not the same. No shade. Like, I still love these projects, but it's not like the bad boy Justin that we grew up knowing and loving. So I feel like if Cameron really wants to, he can fill that spot. Because even though you may think, well, Shawn Mendes is still really relevant, but Shawn Mendes has this spot in the pop male singers where he is like the golden boy, the nice guy, like he won't hurt a fly type of guy. But Cameron, if he really wants to, I really believe in him. If he's in the studio with the right writers, with the right producers, he can create magic, because Why Haven't I Met You is a bop. Dare to listen to finish this podcast, listen to Why Haven't I Met You, and come back in the comments and tell me that Why Haven't I Met You isn't a good song. Dare to say that. And he also he was on Broadway for Mean Girls, like pretty recently in 2020, where there was also Renee Rapp and Sabrina Carpenter at some point. So he was playing the main boy. I don't know if it's one show or couple shows. So he was singing. I read on Reddit that he wasn't singing great. Maybe it's because of stress, maybe, I don't know, but he was still on Broadway, so I guess he's kind of at least singing decently. And also, in 2018, he released a contract with the famous record label Columbia Records, where in this record label there's Bruce Springsteen, Adele, and Beyonce, and many others. So if even the fucking record label is like, yeah, I know we kind of believe in you. Yeah, sure. Maybe they signed him only because back then he was really like a lot on social media. But still, they still signed him, I want to tell you. I'm really curious. These were my only PR marketing predictions. Let me tell you, it's hard to make predictions when you don't have a lot of current content. But I hoped you liked this idea. This idea? What? I hoped you liked this deep dive that I've made about Cameron Dallas. I really enjoyed making my little research. I hope I didn't disappoint you. And I hope that you kind of have a little bit of answers of where is he, which is basically he decided to take a step back for his mental health. And he even said that he doesn't see himself, because at a certain point, I guess, he posted a lot of TikToks. So he said, I don't see myself posting TikToks for much longer. I'm going to be in my 30s here pretty soon, and I want to focus on the creator economy behind the scenes. So with this quote from Cameron Dallas, I really believe that he won't follow my PR marketing advice. It's fine. I'm used to be disappointed. I just hope that he's in a great mental state and that his dreams will come true. And on that note, I hope you have a beautiful night of sleep. I love you. Take care. Au revoir.